Hello, and welcome to our second lecture for this fifth module. Today we're going to talk about the events that happened on 9/11. And it's sort of fitting that this module is due on the anniversary date, 9/11. Now, um, the picture shows you the Twin Towers in New York City after they were struck on 9/11. I'd like to review some of the things that happened that day. Here's a rough timeline of the day. There were 4 different flights involved, and you can see 7:59, Flight 11 takes off, 8:15, Flight 175 takes off, 8:20, Flight 77 takes off, and then finally 8:42, almost 45 minutes later, the fourth and final flight, Flight 93, takes off. The time frame then, 8:46, Flight 11 strikes the North Tower in New York City. 9:03, Flight 175 strikes the South Tower. 9:37, Flight 77 strikes the Pentagon. And then finally at 10:03, Flight 93 crashes in Pennsylvania after the crew started to fight back. Here's a picture after the first tower was hit. And I can remember what makes this very personal. For you, this is an event that's happened in the past. You don't have that direct recollection of it. And I can remember I was sitting in my classroom at Summit Middle School, and we were giving I-STEP. It used to be in the fall, the predecessor to iLearn or whatever they want to call the test. And I remember our principal at the time sent an email to all teachers that said, do not turn on TVs or anything at this time. And I thought to myself, well, that's kind of weird. We're in the middle of testing. I'm not really sure why we'd be turning on TVs. So I'm sitting at my desk, and I turn my computer on, and I go to ABC News' site. And I see, oh, wow, there's an image sort of like this. I'm like, wow, well, the World Trade Center's on fire. Well, that is not good. I can remember back in 1984, I took a band trip with Bluffton High School. I was in the band. And we went to New York City, and we went up to the World Trade Center. And I'm like, wow, that is bad. And, just kind of assumed there was no news at that time as to what caused the fire or anything like that. Later on, during a break in testing, I was actually down in the office, and they had the TV on for live coverage, and I saw the second plane hit the tower. And at that point in time, you knew something was wrong. Something was very wrong. And then as the day went on, we followed with the crash into the Pentagon, and then the fourth flight that supposedly was heading for the White House, that passengers fought back, and it ended up crashing in Pennsylvania. That it was quite a day at that time. And like most events, as time goes on, we tend to forget about them. The impact becomes less. They like to say that time heals all wounds. It also makes us forget important events and the impact that they had at that time. Here at the North Tower, it's interesting trying to find numbers. They vary. But roughly around 1,400 people killed at the North Tower, in the building, on the plane, on the ground when it collapsed. Here, the South Tower getting hit. 614 dead. Here again, they had time to do evacuation, and so they had time to clear people out. But the thing to remember is that those first responders, as people were going down the stairwells and getting out, first responders were going up to try and fight these fires. Here's the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. Almost 200 dead. Here again, on the ground, on the plane. And finally, here's Pennsylvania, a picture of the wreckage, and 51 dead on the plane. The fact that those passengers, by this time, the passengers had some contact, and that there had been other hijackings, and so that was part of why they were fighting back, is to try and prevent what it, or another incident, trying to save people without knowing exactly what the target was. And then finally, here is New York City today, and this is the memorial. And what you see here, these are the footprints. This is where the two towers stood. That is the exact footprint, the size of the building. And those are huge fountains now. Along the outside, the names of all the victims are engraved. So they have been revitalizing, rebuilding the site, but they've also left in large remembrance for that day. So what we'll be looking at then are some things about going through not only the events, what happened, but what do we think about this event? How do we remember it? How should we as a country remember? What should we do to remember? So I'll look forward to your discussion and your answers.